bensound.com. 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 bensound.com.
I am speaking words of things and stuff.
Hello.
The Bills are beating the Browns in the current football game, and the Jets and Patriots are tied. Those are your updates I have for you on football.
What'd you say about the Giants? Did you mention them?
I didn't mention them. They are losing last I checked.
Really?
They were up 6-3 and then gave up a touchdown, so they should be down 10-6.
I did see 6-3. When I was in Jersey Mike's, I saw them miss their field goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Perfect.
bensound.com. 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 bensound.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to HCS Hammer Challenge Series Pro Team Duels. This is Zach Baker here on the call alongside my color man, Tim Gallagher. And in the booth with us, real quick in the beginning here, we also have owner and promoter of HCS, Josh Baker.
How you doing, everyone? Thanks for tuning in today to HCS 7, the Pro Team Duels. Today we have 4 teams going at it to see who's going to be taking home the banner. We are going Ironman format, so all 4 teams will be competing against each other. I just wanted to hop in and talk about where we're going in 2 weeks. We are going to be hosting HCS 8. We're going to be hosting an 8-man Grand Prix. We'll be giving a $1,000 grand prize, giving out our first ever championship belt. And we're going to be right on pay-per-view, brought to you by AVB Production. So make sure you are liking and subscribing to our new Instagram, HCS_Superfights, because, you know, social media wants to throw another wrench in it, but we are here and we are keep on going. We're going to leave you guys here with Zach and Tim. Hope you enjoy the matches today. First up, we got Choke Dealers versus Purple Cobras.
Thanks for that, Josh. And again, welcome everyone to HCS Pro Team Duels. Today, as Josh was saying, we have an Ironman style tournament with 4 teams. Our 4 teams are all super teams. We have today the Purple Cobras, the Choke Dealers, a Jiu-Jitsu team, and All-Star MMA. And like I said, I'm alongside here my color commenter man, Tim Gallagher. Tim, welcome to the booth.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm really excited because we've got a lot of really high-level competitors today. We've got the pros going today, so it's purple belt and up, so we should see a lot of high-level technique. Purple Cobras versus Choke Dealers. First and foremost, those are some really creative names that I love. Dodgeball is a fantastic movie, so Purple Cobras, and then Choke Dealers, you do the math on that one. Andrew Cockle being the team captain of the Choke Dealers, very high-level black belt, and then all the guys underneath, we got black, browns, purples, blacks. It's going to be fun.
Cobra's got choice first.
And with that, it looks like we're already ready to jump into the action with Choke Dealers versus Purple Cobras as our first match. Choke Dealers won the coin toss and will have choice first of send. And so, yeah, just like that, we're underway. Each pro team duel will have 5 matches in each match. Purple Cobras did, and both teams actually brought a 6-man roster, so not everyone will compete here in the opening duel, but they get to choose and send. That's why the coin toss in the beginning is important, because each match will rotate back and forth on who has to send out, and so they're going to be playing around with matchups, weights. We're actually just going, what's that word in tournaments when weight doesn't matter? Absolute. We're going absolute here today, so size doesn't matter. You're going to go out there, you're going to compete whoever steps on that line against you. So excited to see who sends out first as we're getting ready to go underway.
It should be interesting because that's going to really play a huge factor in the strategy of how they approach each match, who they're sending out, and do they want to give up the weight advantage to try to send one of their smaller guys in there to try to outlast the bigger guy. We do have overtime rounds, and it's a relatively short match, 6 minutes. Most of the guys that are competing here today are used to much longer matches than that. So we expect to see some overtimes, but we also expect to see some crazy action with submissions because you do get more points for getting regulation submissions. So I'm interested to see what their strategies are going to be.
Yeah, and I think the big thing to watch out here in this first matchup is going to be what do we do with Joe Coughlin? Most of the weights here, right, we have anywhere from like 160 to 190, so relatively similar, but Joe Coughlin weighing in at under 140, 139 today. So how much do you trust him? He is a black belt.
Yeah.
So you have to decide how much you trust him to go against those bigger guys. And so we're actually already sending out who we got here.
Guy Logie.
So for Purple Cobra's first match, they're sending out Guy Logie, and he'll be up against Kyle Myers. Kyle Myers, heaviest weigh-in of this duel, weighed in at 215 up against Guy Logie at 188. So size relatively similar enough here.
Guy Logie is a brown belt and Kyle Myers is a black belt.
Guy we see in the gray top, green ankle band. Kyle in the all black with the red ankle band. Collar tied right away to start us off. So far, a little bit of a feeling out process. Both men looking for their ties, their setups, not rushing into anything just yet.
Guy with a little bit of a lower stance, so just got to watch out for that.
And there's that blast double. Kyle in on the neck right away, though.
Yeah. If he passes to the left, he should be all right, but Kyle looking for a rubber guard here, and he's almost got the foot in front of the face. Guy's got to be careful here of the omoplata and the gogoplata. He's aware of it, though. He's pushing that foot out from in front of his face. That's first and foremost to address the submission threat, but he's getting caught in another lock here.
So we saw with that lower stance that guy was probably going to be taking that shot, and he did, but Kyle definitely very comfortable off his back here.
Yes. He's throwing up some good offense from his rubber guard. The one disadvantage to this position for Kyle is that he does not have his right leg around. He has it in a bit of a butterfly, and Guy can use that to pass once he addresses the threat of the submission, which is still very much present.
Watch your arm, Guy. Watch your arm.
There's a choke threat here, and there is also a shoulder lock threat here. He's addressing the choke threat, and he's about to get his shoulder out, trying to basically just limp arm out, and now he's trying to step over to the right. Nice escape there.
Guy does a great job remaining calm there, right in the side control as well.
That was a legitimate escape right there and a legitimate threat. And now he's going for an attack of his own. He's going right to the arm lock. Nice escape by Kyle there.
And now we get to see them in the reverse position here. See if we're just as comfortable on our back as we are on top for Guy, and same thing for Kyle.
Yeah, Guy took a bit of a risk there. He came close with that armbar, but Kyle was able to escape and get on top. Kyle pressuring into him here, kind of wearing him down a bit. Got the forearm across the throat. We're switching to open guard here. Guy's using his butterflies pretty well here and elevating, switching to a deep half guard. He's got to watch his neck though. His neck's in a bit of a bad spot. And that is a big, strong black belt on top of him. He's got to be careful.
While not too much of a weight advantage, he does have 25 pounds here.
Yep.
And definitely looking to use it.
It makes a difference in positions like this. He seems to be reversing here, though. He's still got his neck in jeopardy. If he passes, though, the threat is nullified, which he does. Excellent job.
Beautiful work there. Hit the 2:30 remaining mark here in the regulation period. A lot of action. Both guys engaged here.
Yes, back and forth. He's taking it back. He's got one hook, but he gave it up, and he's in a Kimura now. Oh my goodness, he might have to tap here. This is tight. He almost had that straight arm lock.
Kai doing a great job again, remaining calm here. 2 minutes left.
The Kimura isn't quite there. It's really just the straight arm lock threat here. But if he flips him like that again, oh my goodness. He's almost out, and he is.
Beautiful. Great work there again by Guy. He's been in some dangerous positions throughout this, but he's been able to get out each time.
Take your time, breathe.
You got 90 seconds. Keep your elbows tight.
Breathe. Watch your head. Get up.
He seems
And we're back to
have
our
him up
feet.
there. Exhaustion setting in there.
Yeah, big breath there from Guy on the way up.
Deep breath.
Lower stance again from our Purple Cobras rep. Let's see if he chooses to shoot again.
Both men disengage here again as we are heading into our final minute of the regulation period.
And Kyle pulls guard here to try his rubber guard again. And he's in a pretty good spot here. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get a finish, though. He's trying to crank his head from here.
30 seconds remain here in the opening period.
Guy is forced to roll out of that omoplata attempt.
but he's able to bounce right back up.
Yep, good scrambling there. He's got to watch that guillotine. It's tight.
Short time, 10 seconds. Can Guy survive?
Oh,
And he's able to
it.
break the grip. 5 seconds remaining here, and it looks like first match and first overtime.
Wow.
Overtime period is going to be 2 1-minute EBI overtime here.
That was intense.
We don't have them.
I don't know what he said.
He wants the individual matches, but we don't have them. Oh. I know what he wants.
So now we are into overtime here. We are going for EBI rules.
And Kyle with the choice in the first overtime chooses the back position. Underway again, only a minute here. Time not mattering in this first overtime. If you submit him with 5 seconds left, you submit him in the first 5 seconds. Doesn't matter as long as you get that submission.
Absolutely. Cover in the face here. Trying to tire him out even more than he already is. Seems to be pretty effective so far. He's trying to get that.
20 seconds left here. Kyle looks at least pretty content here with at least riding him out.
Oh, he almost got him belly down there, but now it's an escape.
And that's an escape for Guy. And just like that, as I say it, Guy gets out. And now Kyle has to match him.
Yes.
If Guy's able to ride him out or find the finish, he will win this opening period here. But if Kyle's able to get out, we go to a second overtime. Guy also with the back choice in his EBI period.
Now, it's hard to see from this angle, but it looks like Kyle is actually pretty safe from the choke. His main objective here is just to escape before time runs out.
And in Guy's perspective, while the submission gets his team more points, he doesn't need it. A ride out would work for him.
Exactly. He tried that arm triangle there
And
real
then
quick.
we have an escape.
Yep.
Kyle's able to match him, and we'll head to our second and overtime period, a 3-minute ADCC overtime. First to a dominant position will win. Submission still on the table, though.
Yes, and it's going to come down to who wants it most here because exhaustion is definitely setting in.
Let's see if that blast double that we saw in the opening period from Guy can come back here, because a good blast double can put you in a nice position.
Yeah, you just need it's first points.
An overtime submission here would still get more team points. That's still worth 2, but the win here at least gets your team 1.
Yes. Oh, nice sacrifice throw. And
Just like that,
Beautiful.
Kyle's able to get to that full mount position for our overtime win for the choke dealers. And just like that, they get that team point.
That was such a smart move to make there. Guy was charging forward. He was aggressively pursuing that body lock, and Kyle just fell back. Butterflies swept him right over.
Both guys definitely showing the signs of a hard-fought match. They're both left it
Yes.
out there on the mat.
That was excellent back and forth submissions from both guys.
And so Choke Dealers takes a 1-0 head start here as we head into the second match. Both waiting to send here. Choke Dealers should be sending first now because they won that toss and add choice first match.
Yes, that's a good point. All right, so we got Andrew Cockle stepping in, team captain for Choke Dealers.
Looking to get that point back right away for his team. And for Purple Cobras, we got Dietrich Trumbauer.
185 purple belt versus 174 black belt.
So we'll see here. Does the 10 pounds matter more than the belts?
Experience.
Purple versus black, a little bit of a gap there, but
Yes. Oh, he's going right for the leg lock, and Andrew
away.
Cockle has excellent leg locks.
And we go out of bounds quickly there, but he was
Yes.
attacking that ankle
Yes.
very fast. That was only 8 seconds, and we're already in that position.
Yes. So because he was in a submission when he went out of bounds, he's going to be put into this armbar right away as a restart position. And he's switching to the bicep here. He's still got the armbar. He's extending it. Dietrich is doing a good job of defending, though. He's got the legs off of his face, and he's got his legs in play here, which is making it hard for Andrew to finish it. And he's getting out.
And he's able to escape the dangerous position for now, but Andrew is engaging right away again. He's very clearly going for an aggressive approach here, wants those 3 points for his team. And he's back on the leg.
He's got a very
Dietrich clears
experienced
it.
black belt on top of him. This is dangerous here. Andrew Cockle's on the neck here, but I tell you what, Dietrich is game.
You do have to be game if you're going to come out here wearing pink eggplant shorts here. So
Love
if
it.
you're going to wear that, you got to be confident in your skills.
Yes. Well, he definitely is. He's going for the ankle pick right there, and they go out of bounds.
Both very engaging, both in on each
Yes.
other right away. No
Andrew-
downtime for this one.
Andrew dropping for the legs again. Doesn't get it, but does get the top position,
Cardio could definitely play a factor in this one.
for sure.
They're going to try to keep this pace the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both bringing the intensity. Andrew almost had the pass there, but Dietrich blocked it at the last second nicely. We're in a seated guard position here, and Dietrich trying to jump for that armbar, but he switches to the leg lock instead. The knee seems to be past the hip, so not much danger here. If Dietrich can scramble, he can get on top, but he wasn't quick enough. Oh, jumping there for an attack was Cockle, and they're back up. Shot from Dietrich.
And we're out of bounds.
It was a good sprawl by Andrew.
And we go out of bounds there, no one in a dominant position. We're going to start back up on our feet.
Exactly. A clubbing collar tie there from Dietrich. Oh, gets the body lock takedown there. It was a bit of a guard pull from Andrew, but worked out for Dietrich. Oh, he's got that triangle. Cockle has an excellent triangle. This is bad for Dietrich.
And
he
it's like
taps.
that. There's the tap.
Beautiful.
Andrew Cockle drops the hammer, not even halfway through the first period, in our first submission of the evening.
Yes. And that's 3 points, if I'm not mistaken.
That
3
is
points
3
in
points
regulation.
for the choke dealers, now up 4-0 on Purple Cobras. Fast start for the choke dealers.
Yeah, Cockle has a very dangerous triangle game, and he showed it there. As soon as he was put on his back in his guard, he threw it up right away, and the rest is history.
Very quick with that triangle attack. Cobras will be sending first this time. Table.
What's your name, bud?
Nick Logie.
So we got Nick Logie versus Kevin Stilo.
Nick Logie for the Purple Cobras in the red. Kevin Stilo in the all black for the choke dealers.
Both guys about the same exact size.
And
Yeah.
both purple belts.
Yep, both purple belts. So on paper, we've got a very good matchup here. A very even matchup, I should say. They're in a collar tie here. They're looking for snap downs.
Come on, Kevin.
Both similar hairstyles as well.
Yes,
We both
yes.
got a little bit of a poofy, curly fro situation as we go out of bounds.
Yes.
Kevin with a pretty aggressive shot attempt there as we went out of
Yeah,
bounds.
I think he might have gotten it if it wasn't wasn't for that pesky out of bounds.
Both look pretty comfortable on their feet and going after an attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Kevin in on a leg, in on a single.
Nice.
Great switch to a double there, but great hips from Nick as he pops right up. That takedown was not completed.
Wow.
And he's able to scramble out of that position.
That was
Great
beautiful.
hips.
I tell you what, that was great defense from Logi, but the difference I'm seeing here is Steelo is having he's having better combinations. He's chain wrestling better. He's putting different attacks together, whereas Logi he shoots for a single leg and then he backs out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep, Kevin definitely dictating the action so far. But just as we say that, we see a double, shoots in, and he's able to
That was a beautiful
kind of
switch
finish.
there. Steelo very active off his back. He immediately threw up an inverted triangle and was able to get out of that bad spot, and he's still threatening with it. It's giving him the space he needs to shrimp back to guard.
Nick looking up at the clock as we approach 4 minutes remaining.
He did a great job of floating on top and still remaining in that side control position. And now he's in north-south, looking to trap the head and arm. Wasn't able to. We're in the front headlock position here. He's looking for the back.
Kevin able to switch forward, but Nick brings that right to a full mount.
Wow.
Might be in on the neck here.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle, but either way, it's not a good spot
Not
for
a good
Steelo
spot.
to be
Dominant
in.
position here for Nick Logi. A lot of time to work from this position as well, as we are almost halfway through the opening period.
Nick being patient, looking for arms, trying to open him up.
A submission here would be big for the Purple Cobras. Put him right back in the match.
Yes. Stepping up, looking for the triangle, but doesn't get it.
And Kevin's able to clear a pretty dangerous position, and we're back to our feet.
I feel like that was a little bit hasty by Nick there. He stepped into that without really having the arm.
If we were awarding style points, you'd have to give it to the Purple Cobras today. They're coming out with some unique and entertaining uniforms.
Yes. As they should.
Also the Mashing Ratch Guards, which for a super team, they don't train together at the same gyms necessarily.
I know, that takes a level of dedication and coordination. That
You can tell that they were excited for this event.
Yes.
Oh, nice double.
Takedown.
Nice double from Kevin there.
Nick is trying to get back to guard to use that guillotine grip, but he's not able to do it. Stuck in half guard here. Kevin Steelo has an arm weave position here on the legs, and now he switches to front headlock.
And Nick's able
Threatening
to
with the anaconda.
right to that full mount.
Oh my goodness.
That was a great switch attempt there.
Yes.
Right to the full mount. Both comfortable with their wrestling here.
Yes. High mount here. This is dangerous. They scramble.
Looks like Nick may have rushed that position again.
Yes, Steelo's on a leg now. Inside heel hook.
As long as any body part remains in bounds, we are in bounds.
Oh, he's almost on that there.
Under a minute left here.
Nick doing a good job of hiding his heel, working on clearing his knee out of that.
And he's able to clear it past the legs.
Yes.
Great job from both men here.
That mount position came once again after Steelo failed on a submission attempt.
30 seconds. Come on, breathe.
Competitors may choose to use the wall here if they so choose. It is in play.
15 seconds remaining here in the opening period. With us on our feet, we might be heading for another overtime here. It'd be a very quick submission otherwise.
I think it's safe to say. Nice takedown to
Nice
cap off
double.
regulation.
Great look there at the end from Nick, just to say, hey, if this overtime goes any longer, know what I can do to you. But
Excellent.
we are entering overtime.
A for effort on that one.
Again, we're going to have a 2 1-minute EBI overtime periods here to start us off. Each man has a minute to work.
Love these.
Nick has the first choice, and he will choose the back position. And we are underway here in the overtime.
Right away he gets that body lock, but the leg is on the inside. The right leg is on the inside, which is going to make it easier for Steelo to escape it. As we can see there.
Good hip switch there for Nick to maintain back for now.
He almost got out there, but good control by Nick.
30 seconds remaining, halfway through.
Steelo getting his face cranked here.
And we have a pretty good body triangle here going on.
Yeah, this is a miserable position.
20 seconds.
And he's got the grip.
10 seconds though. Can Kevin fight it for 10? And he's able to fight out of that grip.
Excellent.
He should be making it out, but nice ride out there for Nick. Sets himself up in a beautiful position for himself. Now all he has to do is escape, and he will win in this first overtime period.
And even though Kevin didn't get submitted there, that position cost him something. That was a lot of energy expended defending.
Now he has to at least ride him out.
Yep.
Now submission does win it for him as well, so not the worst case scenario. And he chooses the armbar position to start.
Interesting.
And we are underway here in the second EBI
He
overtime.
almost got that armbar automatically. It's almost straight.
And he straightened it out. And there's the submission.
Wow.
9 seconds. 9 second submission there for Kevin Steelo for the choke dealers.
He just ripped right into it. He was confident he could break the grip.
And that is 2 team points.
Yeah, and he just leaned back and straightened it out.
And now with 2 matches remaining, the Purple Cobras need first period submissions in both in order to tie the team score. What we do from there, I don't know, but there are an extra guy on each team, so that might come into play.
Yes. It's a tough spot to be in.
Ricardo Pena?
Yeah, what's
Robbie
your name?
Bloom? Robbie Bloom. So we have Robbie Bloom for the Purple Cobras up against Ricardo Pena of the Choke Dealers.
Robbie Bloom, 173 brown belt, a very tall, lanky guy. Ricardo Pena, shorter frame, stockier, black belt.
Very similar weights though.
And right away,
Robbie in on that neck quickly.
yes. The half guard should keep Pena safe here though, especially with that arm underneath, and he's almost able to sweep here.
He might be sensing some of that urgency from the Purple Cobras, knowing they need these submissions.
Now Robbie Bloom is the perfect guy to be in this position because he's a very quick and nimble guy. He will give up positions often, but he's great at scrambling, so it doesn't really matter to him. The finish is what matters.
Team captain, definitely looking to help his team out here.
Mm-hmm. He's still threatening that neck from that top half guard position. He's not able to do anything with it so far, though. Bloom's going to look to explode past the guard here. Now, as I said, he's giving up position here. I'm not sure what his plan is, but he's looking for the buggy choke, it seems. Peña's so far wise to it. He's switching his angle and making it difficult for Bloom to manipulate his neck and head. Now Robbie's forced to regroup. He turns away briefly. And it seems he's going to pay for that mistake because Peña's about to take his back.
And while all Peña needs to do here for his team is just make it out of the first overtime, you know he's not settling for that. You know he wants that submission himself.
Of course not. As we see him here switch to a body lock from the back position. Robbie's doing the right thing, though. He's turning his back towards the mat. He's turning towards him. He just needs to break that grip that's on the right wrist there in order to fully turn. His neck is getting cranked here, though. Some intense grip fighting going on right now. And he is absolutely stuck in that body lock right now. That is a perfect body lock, or body triangle, I should say.
Halfway through here.
Just as I say that, Robbie did a great job of addressing it. He got the leg out from behind his left leg, and now he's turning. He's almost out of the position.
And now he's up to the full mount.
Yep.
Just like that, he kicks out.
Kipping escape out of it, and he's on
right
the
in,
neck.
Right in. Sense of urgency here from Robbie.
See, that's Robbie's style. He just goes after things, and he doesn't
dives
care.
at that arm.
Very dangerous position here. Arm triangle is very tight from the mount. He's switching to the side. No, he's choosing to stay there. Oh, Peña's a big, strong guy. This is terrible.
Robbie,
he's going to go out if he doesn't tap.
Able to find a breath.
Just a few, and then it's right back to choking.
Under 2 minutes remain. A lot of time to work from this position.
Yeah. He cannot stay here for 2 minutes. Oh my goodness, how is he still breathing right now?
A lot of heart here from Robbie.
The escape he's going for now is he's trying to get his elbow down to the floor because he senses that there's a little bit of space between Peña's head and the mat. But now Peña lowers his head.
Robbie just almost tapped.
Yes.
Decided I'm going to try a little more.
This is insane.
Minute left here, still a full minute left.
There's just a little bit of space there between the floor and Peña's head, and I think that's what's keeping Robbie Bloom awake right now. But he switches to side control, and it's going to get tighter now.
And there it is. Ricardo Peña drops the hammer. Winner via submission with the arm triangle.
Very beautiful submission.
And just like that, choke dealers take the team duel, but we're still gonna, we'll still compete. We still got competitors that want to go in this last match.
Yeah.
But choke dealers do win this opening match.
Yeah, Purple Cobras put up a great fight. Every single match was exciting and action-packed there.
So we got Joe Coughlin from the Choke Dealers up against Nathan Colombini of the Purple Cobras. And we are underway here in our final match of this opening duel.
Joe Coughlin, one of the smaller guys in the entire event here, 139 pounds.
Giving up about 20 up here against Nathan, which this 20 at the lower weights matters a lot more than the 20 does at the bigger weights.
Definitely. But there is a skill discrepancy as well because we have black belt versus purple belt, so we'll see which plays more of a difference here.
That is true. Choke Dealer's one of our more experienced team. A lot of black belts on that team.
Yes.
And they were able to show it here in this opening matchup against the Purple Cobras, no black belts.
Oh, and we got Nathan Colombini on a Darce here, but wasn't able to secure it and ended up in a bottom position.
And Joe was able to use that wall nicely.
Yes.
You need to drop that weight. Top position where you go chest on chest, go over and stand for that.
Trying to come underneath with that half guard, but with that right arm being there, he's not going to be able to get to where he needs to go.
Kyle Myers from our first match this evening in the corner coaching here, coaching up Joe.
Bit of an interesting position here. They're both kind of jammed up against the wall, both trying to create distance. Front headlock position. That was dangerous for Nathan there, but he escapes a bad spot.
And we're back to our feet.
Super low stance for both guys.
Nathan here with the plainest shorts of all of the Purple Cobras we've seen so far, just the regular black ones.
Disappointing. He needs to step up his game.
You would hope at least one of his teammates would see this and have addressed the problem prior to the match, but they have other duels coming up, so maybe we can get this corrected later on.
Although it does match his black Purple
It
Cobra's
does.
rash guard. So
At least it matches the rash guard.
yeah, maybe that's why the decision was made.
Nice shot attempt, and we go out of bounds.
Just on the edge there, I thought they were going to be able to stay in because that was a good spot that Nathan landed in. Unfortunate that it went out. Oh, nice shot and even better sprawl.
Big foot sweep attempt
Yeah.
there. Big swing and a miss. Choke Dealers, not only did they win this first opening duel, they also seem to have won the facial hair matchup. Third great mustache from that team versus 0 mustaches on the Purple Cobras.
Well, as a mustache connoisseur myself, I do have to compliment the facial hair over there. Nathan was attempting to get to the Russian tie there, but
Joe with some great defense
Yep.
as we go out of bounds. Just about 2 minutes remaining here in the opening period. Interesting position for both men here. The team score already locked up for the Choke Dealers. And you have that interesting space where Nathan, he doesn't want his team to get blanked. He wants to get those points for his team. But
Right.
Joe doesn't want to be the only guy on his team who loses.
Right.
So we definitely have a lot of pride on the line here with this
yeah,
one.
that's a good point. It's basically a pride fight at this point, and Nathan pulls guard right to half guard.
And Joe immediately around the neck. Minute and a half left. And Nathan rolls out of it.
Escapes nicely, unable to capitalize on the escape.
1 minute remaining here in the opening period.
Another sweep attempt there.
Joe says, my turn. Jumps on the neck. Half guard position.
That foot, the only thing keeping them in bounds at the moment.
30 seconds left.
Nathan's got the lockdown, so it's going to be hard for Mr. Coughlin to pass that position.
And we roll out of bounds there with 12 seconds remaining in the first. Going to be hard here for either guy to find that quick submission, so it looks like we're going to be heading to an overtime.
Yes, sir. Immediate shot from Coughlin. Nathan
Nice
sprawls
roll.
nicely, yes.
Uses that weight well.
He's looking for the Peruvian necktie there.
2 seconds. And we head to overtime.
All right.
Both men working to the whistle there. Our third overtime of this opening duel. A lot of close matches.
And we have Coughlin electing to take the back of Nathan.
1 minute to work. And we are underway.
Nathan's actually in a pretty solid defensive position. I'd like him start to no, see, he's going belly down here. That might be a mistake.
30 seconds.
Coughlin's getting a little too high though.
But if he's able to switch into that position, and he's not, he falls right out of it.
Wow.
And that's an escape for Nathan. It looked for a second he might be able to hang on to an arm there.
Yeah, I kind of underestimated Nathan's ability to stay in that strong turtle position there. And then he eventually tripoded and got out.
And Nathan opts to take the back here in his 1 minute period. Joe needs that escape in order to advance here. Nathan just needs the ride out, but I'm sure he wants that submission.
Uh-oh, he's belly down right now. He's turning. And he takes the back again, does Nathan.
A lot of rolling around from Joe.
He's switching to the armbar.
And he does it in the 3 second period, so he's able to maintain this position.
Oh, this is bad.
Joe still no escape, even though we've changed positions. 30 seconds left.
It's hard to tell if that arm is getting straightened out or not. Oh, and it is.
And there's a tap.
Wow.
Nathan switches to the armbar position, is able to get that tap in the first overtime period. 2 more team points for the Choke Dealers, who take this one 11-0. Impressive performance by the Choke Dealers to lead us off here.
That was sensational.
No. Oh, that was. I was wrong. I had the teams mixed up there. Nathan Colombini gets the team points, 9-2 for the for the Choke Dealers. And that's your first match there. Choke Dealers take it 9-2. A lot of exciting action. There.
You've got 9-2, right?
9-2.
sir, when you're ready.
And we are back here for our second matchup. We have All-Star MMA versus A Jiu-Jitsu team. Some creative names here. We have an All-Star team named All-Star, and we have a Jiu-Jitsu team named A Jiu-Jitsu team.
Yes, a Jiu-Jitsu team, but I think if we just call it A Jiu-Jitsu, it sounds interesting.
All-Star wins the flip, and they will be the first one to send.
All right. Is that? Mm-hmm. Seriously?
Wrestler.
Oh, okay.
And we are momentarily getting underway, just looking for our anklets here. And I would say we have an eclectic amount of experience on All-Star MMA. You have black belts and you have a white belt.
Yes, but as you were mentioning before, he has got a lot of wrestling experience, so we'll see.
I believe Division I wrestling experience,
Well,
particularly. I believe he wrestled for Rutgers and then Lehigh. So two powerhouse schools. So we'll see how that wrestling now transitions over to the jiu-jitsu mat.
That's definitely going to make a difference.
Doesn't affect me all that much. Name? AJ Descani. Over here. Fuentes.
Okay.
So we have Jose Fuentes for All-Star MMA up against AJ Descani of A Jiu-Jitsu team.
Fuentes has about 14 pounds on Descani, but Descani is the brown belt, whereas Fuentes is a purple belt. And right away, he's going after the neck.
Right away, Descani's in quickly on that neck.
Oh, that's in really
That
deep.
is tight.
And
And there's a tap right away, 15 seconds
Oh,
in.
my goodness.
We have a tap immediately by AJ Descani. He's able to drop the hammer right away here. An exciting start for a jiu-jitsu team.
He clapped on that guillotine choke very quickly and aggressively.
A jiu-jitsu team takes a 3-0 lead over All-Star MMA. Ellis Karadag up for a jiu-jitsu team. Waiting on the send from All-Star.
What's your name, bud?
Bobby Reardon. So we have Bobby Reardon for All-Star MMA up against Ellis Karadag. Both HCS alums. Both have competed here before.
Ellis Karadag having significant experience over Bobby here.
But Bobby does get the weight.
That is true, yes.
And Bobby's 2-1 here at HCS, so definitely a lot of mat experience here.
Nice scramble right off the bat.
Fun fact here about Bobby, he didn't know he was competing today when he showed up. He showed up as a fan today, but All-Star MMA had a last-minute scratch, needed a guy, and Bobby said, I'm game.
Those are always fun.
Love seeing someone step up like that and take on a challenge anytime.
And Ellis
But
Karadag gets the ankle
maybe a little
lock.
training could have helped because Ellis Karadag is able to drop the hammer, ankle lock. Not quite as quick as the first one. That
still-
one lasting about 25 seconds.
Still pretty quick. And the experience playing a huge factor here. Bobby actually initiated that leg entanglement, and Ellis was able to take advantage of it.
Two quick submissions to start us off here in our second duel, and a quick 6-0 lead for a jiu-jitsu team.
Turpin.
Mike Turpin for a jiu-jitsu team. John Perez. John Perez for All-Star MMA versus Mike Turpin of a jiu-jitsu team. John Perez, a HCS alum as well.
Yes. Two big guys going at it here.
Mike Turpin, our heaviest competitor today at 245, brown belt at 245. John, 207, also a brown belt. A lot of weight in the circle right now.
Let's see what plays more of a factor, the weight or the athleticism.
John in that underhook right away. Mike clears it pretty quickly though. John has had some success inside of this circle.
And Perez is trying to bully him around the circle right now and
Up against the wall.
has success there.
He's able to get his arms locked behind him as well.
Now,
Double unders.
the most important thing about this position here up against the fence is how close that Turpin is able to get his feet to the fence to avoid things like that, those inside trips.
Perez looking to take the back as we go down here.
And he does take the back. He's got to be careful of his arm. It's in a straight arm lock there. He gets it out and is able to secure the back position.
Used that wall nicely there to get to this position.
He loses his back hook, though, or his bottom hook, I should say.
And now both hooks are gone.
Yes.
He's looking to come up to that arm triangle.
Turpin almost able to use his size to just get up, as they say. Almost in a crucifix position here. Turpin does a nice job of turning in, but he does get mounted.
John gets that full mount. Nice switch there. And compared to the first two, this one lasting an eternity as we hit the 2-minute mark here, 4 minutes remaining.
Still plenty of action, though, and Turpin's doing a good job of fighting hands here. But Perez does have his legs crossed underneath, which is going to make it difficult for Turpin to escape. Turpin right now focused on keeping his elbows as close as he can to his own body. He doesn't want to give up that arm triangle submission. He's turning, trying to shrimp here. Perez still threatening. And it looks like
John now taking the back.
yes. He's got that arm.
Has that arm bar. Has that arm bar. Halfway through, 3 minutes remaining.
Turpin's in trouble here. He does not have a good grip on his own
And
hand.
we go out of bounds, but with that arm bar position. So
We're going to end up
Perez
in
is
the same spot, essentially.
Perez will have that choice to start off. And he says, give me my arm bar back.
Completely understandable. He was very close to finishing that.
And now he's got a lot more room to work with. No longer on the edge of the mat. Now we got the middle. See if John Perez can take advantage.
Laces through and controls the leg.
We're underway. 3 minutes to work in this position. Lots of time.
I'm interested to see what he does here to try to break this lock. It looks like he's going for bicep crush. He almost gets it loose there. Turpin's still barely keeping a grip, but the leg is off the face. Now it's being switched to an inverted triangle almost. Left arm is still in jeopardy for Turpin. That inverted triangle is almost locked up.
Still with over 2 minutes to work here.
Mike Turpin trying to use his legs here to create some kind of advantage here. He's in a very tough spot. But that triangle is not fully locked up, so he might be able to squeeze his head out of it. John Perez has not made any major adjustments since getting to this position. I'm interested to see if he tries to get up and get on top of Turpin. Still trying to break the grip. And Perez does what I thought he was going to do, which is get on top using that position.
And we have a minute left to work here. Perez definitely been the aggressor pretty much the entirety of this opening round,
Yes,
but
very much so.
as we're submission only here, doesn't really matter. If he doesn't find the sub, we go to overtime.
Turpin hanging on and surviving here, just pretty much gives that back position. Mike looking to turtle up it seems again. Distracting Perez with that straight arm lock threat. And being that Turpin has had to carry Perez's weight throughout this entire match and has been in some really tough spots, that's going to play a huge factor in the overtime.
See if Mike's cardio can hold up here after defending for so long. Perez gets choice, chooses offense, and says, give me the arm again. He's been near this arm bar for a long time, and he wants it, and he's got a minute more to play with it.
Yeah, he tasted both positions in regulation, and he came closer with the arm bar, so I don't blame him for wanting to give it another go.
And we are underway here in our first overtime.
He's unlacing those arms of Turpin.
Mike has shown that he can fight off this position for pretty much as long as you put him in it.
Oh,
as I say
there
that,
it is.
Perez is able to fight the arm out and find a submission in the first overtime. But now Mike gets his chance. We haven't seen him in the offensive position. We're about to.
That was some high-level grip fighting by Perez. Beautiful work. And now
And Mike says, I want my chance at that arm, and he's got a minute to do it.
he says it's my turn.
And we are underway. Big breath from Mike to start the overtime period.
Now here's where the size advantage may come into play. He may be able to power into this, which is what it looks like he's trying to do.
Looks like he's just trying to take that home with him.
Yep.
Looking for a souvenir.
And Perez is very close to losing his grip here.
40 seconds still. Long time to fight this off.
He goes belly down. Oh, he's going to step over.
And he rolls through and he gets out.
Nice.
And John Perez is able to secure the overtime submission victory. 2 team points for All-Star MMA. And just like that, they get their first win, bringing this to 6-2.
The athleticism won the day in that matchup. Now we got to see a little bit of the wall work in that match. That match had a little bit of everything. I liked it.
6-2, a jiu-jitsu team as we head into match 4. Both teams still alive. Looks like a jiu-jitsu team is setting out Zach Shimos. Check in.
What's your name?
Christian. All right. So we have Christian Colucci for All-Star MMA versus Zach Shimos for a jiu-jitsu team. And now is the size and experience gonna play a factor?
Yes, we got brown belt versus white belt, which is quite a discrepancy.
But to the white belt's credit, Christian Colucci, he has the size and Division I wrestler, wrestled for both Rutgers and Lehigh, great wrestling teams, multiple-time NCAA qualifier. So he's got some experience, but maybe not with jiu-jitsu, but definitely on the mat.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And at this top position, that's a lot of weight for Zach to be carrying.
Yes.
210-pound weigh-in for Christian versus Shimos, slightly under 170 at 167 weighing in. So we're looking at about 50 pounds here. I can't do math. That's about 40 pounds. It is more than 40 at least, though, so at least I wasn't too far off.
Christian trying to power through the half guard here, but gets his arm caught in a Kimura position. We'll see what Zach can do with it. Looks like he's going to sweep, and he's taking the back with it. That was a beautiful transition. He may choose to let go of it here just so he can get his hooks in, because he was a little bit high. He's got the bottom hook in, which is the important one. The top hook can come in later. He's not too worried about putting that in yet.
Zach, an HTS alum, has had a lot of success here.
Right now he's working the choke, and then if he needs to throw in that top hook, he will, which he does, and then switches to the body triangle. So far, Christian doing a pretty good job of hand fighting and not getting choked, but he hasn't really made any real attempts to address that body triangle or try to escape the position entirely. This is his first real attempt here as he tries to pass that arm over to the other side, but was unsuccessful. And now it's back to grip fighting.
Looks like we've got a little bit of blood here on the nose of Colucci.
I feel like that happens a lot when rolling with wrestlers.
It definitely can. Wrestlers love to bleed.
Oh, he's going for the face crank here, and actually it's slipping under the chin, and that's a fully locked in choke, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
there is the tap. Shimos drops the hammer just past the halfway mark here in the opening period. Rear naked submission.
Christian gave a good showing there, especially with the experience gap, but it proved to be too much for him.
And with that, A Jiu-Jitsu team takes a 9-2 lead heading into our last match, and they have locked up the duel.
I'd like a first aid kit too. I don't know if it's a
Pretty much identical to our last matchup. What's your name? Luke.
Brother? Luke Shimos, younger brother of Zach, stepping in for a Jiu-Jitsu team. I don't know this.
So two black belts going up at it here. Aaron has the advantage in weight.
Aaron Maroney for All-Star MMA, weighing around 195 up against Luke Shimos, again brother. 170 for a Jiu-Jitsu team.
Oh,
and Luke
he's on that
hops
neck.
on that neck, but he loses the grip as we go to the mat.
That was smart though, and that was quick. There was barely any time between the sprawl and the guillotine attempt, so he's looking for submissions, that's for sure. He's aggressive. Closed guard here. A common theme for the lanky body type of Luke Shimos.
As he attacks that arm.
But Aaron gets the handcuff position here, which not only prevents the Kimura, but may present some passing opportunities for him once he gets his own arm free. So what we have is basically a stalemate because that handcuff is going to block a lot of things from happening. The arm was almost out there, but Luke not giving up on it.
And as you said, that stalemate starting to show here. Not much either can do in this position.
Yeah. And it's hard to take a risk here because if Aaron lets go, he's basically back in that Kimura position, and he's got to defend that. And if Luke lets go, he's going to get his guard passed relatively easily because he's now a one-armed man.
So we're playing a game here of who's willing to take that risk first.
Yes, exactly. Luke trying to get the hip bump off of it, but it's going to be hard without being able to posture up.
And just like that, Aaron goes for the risk, and it doesn't pay off.
The risk was taken. You got to give him props for that at least.
Shimos finds that Kimura right away, immediately cranks it in an immediate tap.
Beautiful submission.
And with that, A Jiu-Jitsu team wins 12-2. Pretty dominant showing there for A Jiu-Jitsu team. And that's 2 duels down, 4 to go. We're moving along here. A lot of great action.
That's as good as it gets.
And we'll be back in just a few minutes. And welcome back as we head into round 2 of our round robin pro team duel tournament here. We're going to have Choke Dealers versus All-Star. Choke Dealers looking to continue that momentum. All-Star looking to bounce back.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Choke Dealers wins the toss and will send out first. And both teams have some faces we didn't see in the first one. I lied about that. All-Star, we saw everybody. Choke Dealers has an extra guy that we did not see in Michael Villeneuve, so we'll see if we get to see him this time around.
That's right. Ricardo?
But Choke Dealer starts by sending out Ricardo Pena, who we saw in that first matchup, winner by arm triangle there at the end of the first.
Yes. I believe this is Jose Fuentes.
Jose? Ricardo Pena is up against Jose Fuentes of All-Star. Jose unsuccessful in his first go-around here.
Looking for redemption in this go. He still's got a lot of energy. That first round was quick.
He was only on the mat for 15 seconds. Quick
Beautiful
takedown for Ricardo.
Fireman carry. That was excellent. Strong frame from Fuentes here. Trying to use it to shrimp, but Pena staying strong on top. Really applying good pressure.
Fuentes weighing in at 180, purple belt. Pena weighing in at 179, so weight virtually the same, but black belt.
Yes.
So a bit of an experience gap. But Fuentes does a good job there clearing that side control position.
Yep, and he's able to get his full guard going here. He's got feet on the hips. He's looking to attack and work something right away, so that's good.
First match there from Fuentes didn't give us a lot to go off of. 15 seconds, you can't really judge the man's skill on that. That was just a quick attack
Exactly.
he was up against there, so we'll see how he fares in this one.
Yep, he got caught. It happens, and he's doing a better job this time around, trying to work that guard position. Closed guard right now, trying to manipulate the wrist. Broke the posture of Pena. Let's see if he's able to use that to his advantage. The arms aren't exactly in the best spot to really attack with. Pena passes to half guard immediately, and he's looking to attack a leg. Briefly thought about, looked like an Estima lock. Now he's going for the Achilles. And Fuentes escapes nicely. Pena still on that leg. Fuentes trying to stay heavy. Uh-oh. That's a bad spot. Ooh.
And there is the tap. Ricardo Pena drops the hammer 2 minutes in.
Solid straight ankle lock there.
And like that, Choke Dealers takes a 3-0 lead after our first matchup here in this duel.
Yes, they did. Aaron.
We have Aaron Marini for All-Star up against
Villeneuve.
Michael Villeneuve of Choke Dealers. So as I mentioned, the one guy we didn't see in the last duel, he's up here.
So we have a bigger guy with more experience on paper versus 165-pound brown belt. Nice. And he's on the neck. Michael looking to attack the neck here. He's got the leg trapped. He's using it to get on top.
Aaron, loser by submission in
And he
that
took the
last
back.
duel.
He's switching to an arm.
Very, very active attack here by Michael to start.
You know, I was thinking if there's one advantage that Michael probably has in this matchup is agility, and he's been showing that so far.
Aaron doing a good job remaining calm, though. And we saw that from him in the first one when they sat in that stalemate position for a long time.
Yeah, he's a composed operator here, And he knows what to do. He's escaping already. He just needs to address that body triangle there, which is giving him trouble, which he does. He switches to the correct side in order to address it. Villeneuve trying to pull him over to the other side to make use of that body triangle, but opts out of it. And Aaron turns and is looking to get on top. Uses that
And
size
he
advantage
does.
well. Let's see what Michael can do from his guard here. Very low posture from Aaron here. He's got both his hands on the mat. As I say that, he postures up, gets his hands in a better position. Now he's actually sitting back. That was an interesting technique there. He likes that handcuff position, that's for sure. Looking for it again, not able to get it. Michael doing a good job of keeping his posture down there. Might be looking to attack a shoulder. And now he's trying to break the guard with this leg entanglement here. He very well may. But Villeneuve takes advantage of it.
Strong guard
Gets
play
on
from
top.
Villeneuve there.
But Aaron's putting that leg back into play, and he's going to turn it into an outside leg entanglement here, and he's looking to go for the outside heel hook. Villeneuve escapes skillfully there, but he's on the bottom position now.
So ultimately, Aaron created that position, that scramble, and ended up what he wanted to do. He broke guard. He's on top.
That was interesting. You don't see that type of guard break every day. Very flexible is Aaron Marini. He's scrambling here. Oh, he might end up in a triangle. That was close. Dropping right down to a leg is Villeneuve. He wants the inside heel hook, but he's not going to get it. That leg is ripped out of the way.
A lot of scrambles in this one.
Yep. Now Aaron is in on his own leg attack here.
2 minutes remaining here in the opening period.
Still attacking that outside heel hook. Villeneuve in a slightly better advantageous position here. Looking for that inside heel hook. Trying to untangle the legs. And now they're in a bit of a 50-50. They're hand fighting. Aaron Marini almost out of it. And they're almost out of bounds. If one of them goes to roll out of a ankle lock here, they're almost certainly going to go out.
1 minute remaining here in the opening period.
Aaron looking to unlock that figure four, but he's got to watch out for his own ankle. Was forced to abandon everything and hand fight there. That was dangerous. 50-50 once again. He's going for the toe hold. Doesn't quite have a bite on it though, but he's able to untangle the legs, attacking that inside heel hook.
30 seconds remain.
And they're back to a neutral position.
Lots of great even scrambling here.
Yes. Aaron trying to muscle into arm lock here.
We're still inbounds, 10 seconds remain. both look content here as we go into the overtime
Yeah.
period.
Yeah, they know what time it is.
Now we'll see if that's size and experience really comes into play here for Aaron in this overtime.
All right. Looks like Aaron Marini's going to go for the armbar here.
See if we can use that size, probably strength advantage here to crank that out. And we are underway.
Right away, he's starting to entangle the arms pretty well there. Oh,
He's able to break the grip,
He's able
but
to isolate.
Michael scrambles and is able to escape the position.
there's that agility again from Michael. Excellent, excellent movement.
Turned a dangerous position into a great scramble opportunity for himself. Gets up rather quickly there. And he takes the back here to start the second EBI overtime. With that escape, he just needs a ride out or that submission.
Aaron already, Villeneuve already lost his hooks, but
But he's
he's,
immediately on that arm.
yeah, he put one of them back in.
So we allow them to keep playing here because he still kind of has the back, but he's also on that arm.
Yes, yes, he is, and it's hard to tell from this angle, but he actually might have one leg over the shoulder, which would give
believe
him.
he does.
It would give him the triangle option, which is excellent. Yes, it is over the shoulder, and Aaron is addressing it. He's trying to push it off.
We're still saying he has the back here.
He absolutely does.
And that triangle lock looking like it's coming.
Uh-oh, he's still got the arm. He's still got the arm.
15
And
seconds,
he's
and
out.
Aaron is able to escape. We now head to our ADCC overtime, second one of the evening. 3 minutes. First two dominant position would win, or again, they can attack that submission. We will let that play out for the extra team point.
Aaron trying to explode into this single leg attempt here. Oh. And he gets the knee tap finish there.
And he gets right to side control, finds that dominant position, and that is a victory
That was
for
nice.
Aaron Marini.
And that was smart. He said, you know what, I'm just going to power through this, and he did.
And that makes it 3-1. Choke Dealers all start picking up the second win here. (3-1) here as we head into our second matchup. Looks like Choke Dealers is sending out Kyle Myers. £215 black belt for Choke Dealers up against Christian Colucci of All Star MMA. So we got a black belt versus a white belt.
Let's see how it
No
goes.
size advantage.
No size advantage.
But you know wrestlers.
Yeah, Kyle probably very smartly sat guard there, but stood back up, and now we're in this position where Christian is able to take full advantage of that wrestling experience.
Smart or not, wrestlers always up for that challenge.
Yes. Oh,
Kyle on that neck
attacking the
quick,
neck.
though.
That was an excellent pass, though, from Christian to nullify that choke.
Getting inside right away.
And now he's attacking with an arm triangle. He has to pass to either mount or to the opposite side, but that's a good position to hold and control from. And he
steps
immediately
over.
mounts, yeah.
That wrestling experience definitely playing a factor
Oh.
here.
He's close to finishing this.
Would be quite the upset.
He's got to get a little bit lower to get the optimal pressure, though.
Fantastic
Oh.
pressure, though, here from Christian.
The arm triangle is no longer in, but this is still a good position, and he switches
it's
back
back.
to it.
And he switches out to the correct side,
Oh, Kyle
but
did a
loses
great job there.
his control there.
Turned into it and escaped. He elevates, creates space, and we're in a bit of a scramble here. Let's see who comes out the better.
Looks as though Christian's able to maintain
Yes.
top control here for the time being.
Yeah, this is a rough spot for Kyle.
Kyle does a great job getting out of that submission attempt.
Turned away. Yeah, he did escape, but he escaped into a pretty rough spot here. He's looking to control with that grip, but
And if
he
you're
really wants to be turned towards Christian here.
and if you're Kyle with that wrestling experience of your opponent, you don't want to go to ADCC here. You don't want to give him that opportunity to work his takedowns into that dominant position.
Definitely not.
Steps through to full mount again.
The ability to just get from dominant position to the next is just invaluable here for Christian.
He has that arm triangle.
Still attacking with it. Doesn't quite have the mechanics 100% to finish it, but this is exhausting here for Kyle. See how he's in such a high mount right now? You can't really finish the arm triangle from the high mount. It's better to be in a lower mount when your hips are on top of the other fighter. But yeah, like I said, he is just grinding Kyle into dust right now. Kyle getting that leg into play, might try a bit of an unorthodox mount escape here. He's almost out. If he could just elevate Christian a little bit more, which he does, he could be in on a leg. He doesn't get the leg opportunity,
Christian
but he
creates
does
the
escape.
scramble.
Yes.
Whatever he lacks in experience, he clearly has a lot of agility and a lot of comfortability on the
Yes, yes.
mat. And right back to it again.
Kyle wise to it this time. Doesn't give him the chance. But he is 100% in survival mode right now.
And this is a lot of energy being expended here by Kyle.
Yes.
Even if he's able to get out of this, we don't know what he's going to be feeling when we
Yeah.
get back to our feet, as we have a minute 45 left.
I mean, he's essentially just giving him the mount at this point because it's too much energy to try to stop it at this point. Good little sweep attempt there, but it fails, and we're in another scramble. Kyle trying to turtle up, gets put back down.
Christian's able to get behind him, and we're back.
Oh,
Kyle with the
nice
sweep.
And he's on the neck.
Just like that. And that's the experience. Christian dominating pretty much that whole time, position to position. Then Kyle, patient, and he finds the submission.
That submission expertise came into play for sure, but it was looking rough there for Kyle for a good few minutes there.
And the choke dealers take a 6-1 advantage over All-Star MMA there with that submission in the first period.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was a very interesting matchup.
Despite the submission, though, definitely an impressive effort there by Christian Colucci.
100%.
White belt up against a black belt, definitely big underdog, and he showed that he belongs.
By the time he's a blue belt, I'm going to want to stay the hell away from him because he's going to have enough jiu-jitsu experience to really beat up anybody.
Kind of reminds you a little bit of a Nicky Rodriguez situation.
Yeah, exactly. Even more so.
John? Kevin. So we have Kevin Stylo for the choke dealers up against John Perez, All-Star MMA.
Stylo with the purple belt experience level, 185 pounds. Jonathan Perez gets the quick takedown and is the bigger man and with more experience as a brown belt. And Jonathan Perez, very athletic, very good passer, good pressure, and we see it here.
And he found that overtime armbar last time out.
Yeah, and it was, and he's fought in HCS before. I think in his last outing, I think he got a triangle armbar, or a triangle Kimura. So,
And even though it happened in overtime, he was on that armbar for a long time in the
Yes.
opening match there.
he's looking for the arm again. He's looking for the far side armbar, but Steelo does a good job of escaping that, but he's back into the side mount.
And Stilo himself also got that overtime armbar in his matchup, so definitely going to be on the lookout for those here.
And now he's mounted here, and his arm is being isolated. This is a scary situation if you're Stilo. He's climbing that arm up. He really wants to trap it. Good defense by Stilo, looking for the kipping escape. It's going to be tough against a guy that big, so he opts to just address the legs that are crossed underneath him. Oh, he's almost out here.
John able to settle back his weight a bit.
Excellent control.
That could be where that size comes in.
So good escape attempts from Stilo, but the right adjustments being made by Perez.
Four minutes remain here. 2 minutes in.
He keeps going for that kipping escape, but it's very, very difficult to get against a bigger man. You have to be explosive, and you have to be able to hoist that guy's weight down towards your knees. Being crushed under the weight of John Perez right now. He's almost out. He gets
Right
out, and
to a
he's
leg.
right on the leg. Good defense from Perez, but he ends up on bottom. Stilo's corner calling for the weave pass, which is a type of half guard pass. I like to call it the crowbar because you use your arm basically as a crowbar to pry open those legs. But he's able to get the front headlock position.
Quickly spinning around.
Yes.
Right to the back.
Factor.
Very quick there by Kevin. Great transition. Lots of active coaching going on over at the choke dealer's corner.
And it's all the right advice, too. Ooh, getting face cranked here. Almost losing position here.
And Perez is able to bump him out.
Yes, but right onto a submission is Stilo. He's got
2
the
minutes.
triangle.
2 minutes to work here.
Now the arm is not in the correct position. He has to pass Perez's arm over to the other side to really make the most out of this triangle attempt, but there are some other adjustments he can make. Right now he's just having difficulty hanging onto it because that's a much bigger man he has inside of the triangle. It's hard to hang on to a position like this when the upper body is so big.
I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but Choke Dealers is actually demonstrating the position in the corner live, and Kevin's able to look over. Some great teamwork going on.
And he's passing the arm
And he does
over.
exactly what they showed him in the corner.
It's almost there.
That's
He's
exactly
almost
what
got
they
it.
said in the corner.
My
Perez
goodness.
able to fight his arm back.
This is crazy right now. Perez showing a heart of a lion right now, not tapping. That was very close to ending right there.
Perez is
And
able
he's
to pop
out.
his head out as
And
we
he-
approach under a minute left.
Perez looks exhausted right
That
now.
was a lot of fighting out of that position.
When he got out of that triangle, he just basically just sat down. Oh, attacking the triangle. And now he goes omoplata sweep. He gets it. Perez on top. He still
30
has
seconds.
the arm.
30 seconds.
Gets the mount right away. Not much time to work, but he has the gift wrap. Might use it to attack the arm.
15 seconds remain.
He's going to have to explode into something if he wants to finish it in regulation. He's going to elect to smush him.
And we are heading into overtime. Now, Perez for his team needs to find this submission in order to keep him in it.
Yeah.
If Perez is not able to get a submission here in overtime, there's no way that they'll be able to come back mathematically. So Perez definitely needs to find the submission here in overtime. But he's done it once before today.
It's do or die now.
Perez takes offense right away, and I bet you he takes that arm. And he does. He takes that arm. He says, I want it again.
That's his move.
And he needs to find it here in this first minute. And we are underway. And he finds that arm quickly, breaks that grip, and
there it
finds
is.
the submission 10 seconds in. Quick work by John Perez there, and he did his first part, but he needs to either just not get submitted. That's all he needs. He doesn't need to get out, just can't get submitted here. Kevin in on the arm himself, though. And we are underway. 1 minute to work here. Kevin has to submit him in order to extend this to the next overtime.
Oh, and he's already halfway out. Uh-oh.
And he escapes, and he does exactly what he needs to do. Overtime armbar victory for John Perez, bringing the score to 6-3 and keeps it alive for this last match.
Very exciting match.
First criteria is most regulation. This is the last one.
Andrew Cockle.
Well, most regulation. First time.
And we are heading into our final matchup here. Bobby Reardon for All-Star up against team captain Andrew Cockle of Choke Dealers. Cockle, the black belt, up against Reardon, the blue belt. And Reardon needs to find that submission here in the opening period in order to get this to a tie score.
Very tough matchup for Reardon. Cockle jumps on that neck.
Goes sky high to get that neck, and he grabs it.
He's trying to mount with it, but is unable to. Reardon does a good job of getting his legs in the right spot to
But
defend.
Cockle eventually finds that mount in deep on that neck there.
Oh, and it's just about over here.
And there it is. Just about 35 seconds in there. Andrew Cockle drops the hammer, clinches the victory for the Choke Dealers,
My goodness.
and they're 2-0 on the day.
Yes, they are.
That's a 9-3 victory for the Choke Dealers over All-Star MMA. 2-0 on the day. They'll head into their last matchup, potentially looking to take the crown for the day.
Yeah.
And our next matchup, we have a Jiu-Jitsu team versus the Purple Cobras. A Jiu-Jitsu team, dominant first match, looking to continue that on. Purple Cobras looking to bounce back.
They want their redemption.
That arm trying to finish. That match, what you say? Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Turpin, right? Gotcha.
And we are
Guy
heading into
Logi,
our next
gotcha,
match.
thanks.
Guy Logi for Purple Cobras will be up against
Mike Turpin for a jiu-jitsu team. All right, so we got heavyweight versus middleweight right now. Brown versus Brown. They lock up.
Guy had a very close match, lost in the ADCC in that opening matchup there
Yeah.
against Kyle Myers. Was giving up the weight advantage there as well.
They almost go out of bounds there.
Mike Turpin lost in overtime himself as well, but was doing a lot of defending in his match. Mike likes to have fun with it. He's definitely interacting with his
Yeah,
teammates the whole time, talking to the refs, talking to his teammates.
Arm drag attempt there. Doesn't go anywhere. Tried that snap down. Oh, nice snap
Arena
down.
right to the neck, right to the full mount.
It's hard to tell if he's got the right grip for it. No, he
And he
does
doesn't.
not.
Turpin's able to escape the position. Guy stays active up top there, though.
He's trying to switch to a triangle there, but got a little wild in the transition. Turpin's arm in jeopardy here, but he's a big, strong guy. I think he'll be able to get out of it, which he does. He's coming around the back. He's still got to watch that left arm, but it's in a decent spot considering the position. Guy not giving up. He's trying to make the best out of it.
2 minutes and 4 to go.
He's back on it in a traditional armbar here.
Now this is the position that Turpin fought off for a very long time
Yes.
in the first match. So let's see if he can do that again.
That figure four lock is saving him right now. Under the leg. It's really keeping his left arm locked into place. That's why Guy is not able to arch back and get the finish. He's trying to unlace it here. We can see Guy grabbing the wrist, trying to pull it out. Not the most technical way of unlacing that. He's forced to switch out of it as Turpin shows off some good escapes. Turpin posturing up from his own half guard here and trying to wrap up the neck.
Two and a half remain here in the opening period.
They've been in this position for quite a while now. Turpin has been trying to use the guillotine grip from half guard, and it eventually gets him in a bad spot here. Guy is on that arm again. Guy is on that arm again. He doesn't have the control that he needs over Turpin's body to really take advantage of this. It was a baseball bat choke he was basically going for. Now he's back on the arm.
Minute left.
Excuse me. Yeah, now this is a good spot here. He's almost got that arm isolated completely. He's breaking the grips, and he's in a better spot to break them this time. Oh, he's almost got it straight. There it is.
Finds it. Guy Logie opens up the action with an armbar finish about 5 minutes and 30 seconds in. Gets the quick 3-0 lead for the Purple Cobras.
That match was all about patience. The patience of position and the patience not to give up on the submission locks that he was on.
And a quick lead for the Purple Cobras, 3-0 for the Purple Cobras. And, you know, that's a great start for that redemption for the first one.
Yeah.
That's how you start. You find that submission.
Started it off right.
Guy could have definitely settled there with that short time and just said, let's go to overtime, but he wanted those 3 points for his team. And we're now waiting for Purple Cobras to send. Purple Cobras goes with Dietrich Trumbauer. Dietrich Trumbauer out for Purple Cobras. He will be up against Ellis Karadag. So we got Ellis Karadag for a Jiu-Jitsu team up against Dietrich Trumbauer.
I believe we have team captain Ellis Karadag.
What we talking about here?
Always exciting when Ellis enters the circle here at HCS. Always looking for the finish.
Ellis elects to pull guard here.
Ellis lets his opponent grab his mouthpiece. Karadag already further into this match than he was in the first one. That quick 25-second ankle lock.
Yep. Dietrich trying to control the legs here and pressure pass, but it's going to be difficult. Ellis has the very flexible and very flexible legs. He's he's got a lot of dexterity in those legs.
Dietrich does have a pretty sizable size advantage, 40 pounds almost.
Yes, and it makes sense why he's trying to pressure pass here. But as we can see, Ellis inverting. Oh. That was it.
Dietrich finds that ankle. Beautiful submission.
And you know, I've seen Ellis compete before. He does seem to have a vulnerability to leg attacks, and it shows there as Dietrich Trumbauer is able to submit the
A little over a minute in.
the brown belt. Yeah.
And Purple Cobras, and maybe a bit of a surprise, takes a 6-0 lead to start this one.
Yeah.
Definitely very competitive here.
They're starting to take over.
6-0 lead, Purple Cobras.
Let's
And
see
we
who
will
they
see
send out
Luke
next.
Shimos from a Jiu-Jitsu team up against Nick Logie. I got him.
Luke with a very sharp Kimura finish in his last match.
Nick with that overtime loss.
That's right. Nick has the size advantage, but Luke certainly has the experience advantage.
Black belt versus purple belt matchup here. Just about a 20-pound difference.
Yep.
And a Jiu-Jitsu team is going to need that experience to show up here the remaining of the way if they want to win this duel.
And that was just beautiful takedown ability by Luke.
Luke hunting for
He's
that
on a
neck.
high guillotine,
And he finds
high elbow
that neck.
guillotine.
That is
He's
deep.
just about got that.
That is deep. He breaks the lock.
He's going to be out. He's out.
He's out.
He's out.
And he is asleep. Luke Shimos finds the guillotine
Goodness gracious.
That was deep.
Don't get any better than that.
Nick's starting to come back too now.
That was tight.
Brother comes in to give him a little bit of a shakedown, gets him up. And we're back. Great submission by Luke Shimos
Yeah,
there. Keeps
yeah.
his team alive. Glad to see Nick's okay.
Yeah, Nick was tough. He tried to hang in there. He attempted literally every escape he could from that position, but it was...
That was a very, very deep choke, and Nick showed, a lot of heart. Doesn't want to tap, never wants to tap.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was about as good as it gets.
And Luke's brother, Zach, looks like he's ready to come out. That's right, Zach Shimos will be out for a jiu-jitsu team. He will be up against Robbie Bloom of the Purple Cobras.
Robbie Bloom, team captain for Purple Cobras.
And we are underway.
Nick pulls guard right away. Looks like he wants to roll for that arm, it looks like.
Zach with that rear naked finish in his first match today. He's also, I believe, a co-main event winner here at HCS before as well.
Really? They're back to a standing position.
Robbie Bloom looking to avenge that late submission loss in his first one, but as you were saying, he loves to just go for it and willing to put himself in some bad spots to try. And, we love seeing the submission, so we appreciate that kind of effort.
Yeah. Right now, Bloom is on top, and he is the bigger man, so let's see if he can use that size advantage to put some pressure on Zach here.
But as we say that, looks like Zach's able to get some pretty dominant position here, attacking that leg.
He's in on that leg. Bloom does a good job defending, but now his neck is in jeopardy here. Side control position. Bloom framing well, trying to shrimp in. He's able to turtle up. He tried to pull guard there again, but it ended up not working, and now he's in a worse position. He's almost fully mounted here. It's just the ankle on the inside there. 3/4 mount for Zach. Still attacking that neck, putting pressure on Bloom here. Bloom fighting the hands. He gets to half guard. And he gets the left underhook. But it was too shallow, and he's not able to use it properly. Zach is just constantly threatening that neck, and Bloom is not able to really get anything going for himself. He's just surviving, and now the Darce choke is in play. Oh,
And
that was
there's
a
the tap.
tight Darce choke.
Beautiful submission by Zach Shimos as he drops the hammer with the Darce choke. And just like that, we are tied 6-6 heading into our last match, and that's what you love to see.
They came back quickly.
Sounds like they heard the challenge come from the commentator booth, and they said, oh yeah, let me get after it.
Accepted.
And it'll be AJ versus Nathan. So we have AJ Descani for a jiu-jitsu team. 15-second submission in the first one, so be ready to go. Offers his ankle up immediately, shows off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle underwear. Little showmanship here up against Nathan Colombini of Purple Cobras.
Both guys about the same size. Descani the brown belt and Nathan the purple belt.
Colombini, winner by submission in his match as well. So both coming off a win, both find 3 points, both want to do it again.
He's in on that single leg. He's trying to switch to the double.
AJ definitely looking to play some mind games with him, see if it pays off.
Good defense from AJ.
Have you ever seen the tape on the 3 fingers? We got the pink tape on the fingers of AJ Descani. Not taping them together like you would see for a broken one, and he flashes them for the camera. Beautiful takedown by Nathan.
It was a
But
nice,
into the guard position, so we're back to 50-50 here.
I think it was a Haraya Ghosh that he hit. Very nice. Nathan's posture is low, and AJ's trying to take advantage of that by getting those legs up there. He wants that sweep, but the right leg of Nathan is preventing it, and now they're getting into a little entanglement here. Nathan is desperately hand fighting because his leg is in jeopardy here. He's trying to get the knee out.
And there's the tap. AJ Descani drops the hammer, finds the submission, and gets the submission duel victory for a jiu-jitsu team who will be up against the choke dealers in our finale to see who gets first place.
I like the matchup.
And we will be right back after a brief intermission. Welcome back as we head into our third place matchup, All-Star MMA versus Purple Cobras. And we are just about to get underway here. Looks like we have Bobby Reardon for All-Star MMA. Bobby Reardon.
That's embarrassing. That makes it even worse. And I have the defense. I saw it.
He'll be up against Robbie Bloom of the Purple Cobras. Both men looking for their first victory of the day. We are underway.
Both similar body types here, but Robbie Bloom definitely with more experience.
Brown belt versus blue belt matchup here.
Robbie Bloom transitioning to the legs here. Looking to pull that into an outside heel hook. And he's actually extending for the knee bar. It's pretty straight right now. Reardon hanging in there. It's not quite at the right angle. He's going to have to switch a little bit here. Reardon doing a good job of leg pummeling, but he can only do this for so long. He's going to have to eventually switch, which he does, and
Right to
he
the
takes
back.
Bloom's back. Almost.
Yeah,
He
no
has
hooks
one
yet,
hook.
but
Oh,
and Robbie's able to avoid the hooks.
yes, that was nice.
Still a good transition here for Bobby. Right to the full mount.
Reardon attacking the neck. Floats along the back nicely. Ends up in a bit of a mount position briefly and then is forced to kind of stand back up and reset. But here we are again. Mad scrambles. We're in a calf crush position.
And there's the tap.
That was very nice.
Robbie Bloom drops the hammer. Winner by submission. Just about 2 minutes in there.
That was slick. Slick ended up right in that calf crush position.
And the Purple Cobras jump out to a 3-0 lead there. 3-0 lead for the Purple Cobras. Yep. And we head into match number 2 here in our third place duel. Looks like we're going to have sorry about that. Looked like someone was about to walk out, but my eyes have deceived me. Purple Cobra is looking to send, and it will be Guy Logie. Logie. Guy Logie. Yeah, you're good.
No, you're good.
Guy Logie for the Purple Cobras
Aaron Marini.
up against Aaron Marini of All-Star MMA.
All right, pretty similar size here. Logie showed off some good patience and weathering the storm last time and was able to get a nice submission win.
Late in that one as well.
Yes. And Aaron Marini showing off good flexibility in his last match.
Won all the way in the ADCCs.
Let's see what happens as we go to hit the ground here, which it has not yet. Guy tried to drag him to the mat with that collar tie. Was not successful.
And we're a minute in here, still on our feet.
Shot attempt there from Aaron was not successful. Guy trying to drag him down, possibly so that Aaron pops back up and guy can shoot in on the legs there, but he actually goes for
Dives for that arm. And that was beautiful. Guy, low G, drops the hammer. Beautiful submission.
with the flying armbar. Not quite flying, more of like a
Jump.
aggressive sitting. I'll take it.
Climb the ladder at least.
Yes.
And that's a 6-0 lead for the Purple Cobras. 6-0 lead, Purple Cobras. And we're off to a fast start here in this third place match.
That was beautiful.
It'll be All Stars' turn to send first. Looks like they're going to be sending out Jose Fuentes. Jose, it is Jose Fuentes for All-Star MMA. He'll be up against Nick Low-G. Glad to see Nick recovered fully and ready to go here again.
He's pursuing the back already. He's got the body lock, which he uses to get the trip. Very nice from Logi.
Both men looking for their first win today.
Fuentes almost popped back up to his feet, but Logi put him back down. Fuentes active off of his back.
This is a must-win for All-Star MMA.
Logi passing low on the legs here, and Fuentes is pushing on the head and eliminating that option. Nice stack pass. Beautiful stack pass by Logi. He doesn't quite
Fuentes
have
still
the
active there.
position. Yeah, you're right.
And we're back to our feet and right in. Fuentes looked like he had given that up, but he stayed active, fought the position.
That was a good job by Fuentes there, and he might get the top position now.
But Logi using that pressure forward. A very active scramble, not a lot of result.
That was a strong whizzer by Fuentes, but he did not use it properly and ends up back on the bottom.
And Logi spinning around, almost out of bounds, but we're not. Front head position. In around the neck here.
He's got that anaconda choke. It's not as tight as it could be, but it's still a threat.
You got to be careful going out of bounds. Bolt still in. And we're out of bounds.
Now that did not end in a submission, so I think they're going to be in a neutral
Yeah, we will
spot.
be. The sub was not quite in there as we went out. And we're back underway. A lot of action here to start this one off. Shot by Fuentes, stuffed by Logi.
Fuentes looked to get up. Nice
To the
scramble
full
there.
mount. Great hips there by Logi. Use that double right to the full mount.
He's looking to take the back right away. Got a little hasty with that attempt.
We've seen that a couple times here from
Yeah.
Logi today where he gets a little too excited a little too quickly
Yeah.
there with those submission attempts.
But that's okay. He's still in a good spot. He's almost fully mounted again. Now he is.
Let's see if he can take his time here.
Fuentes trying to shrimp.
Fuentes able to clear that full mount.
Logi not quite tight enough for that back take that he's
And Logi
attempting.
brings him to the center.
Yeah, he's tried that back take several times from the mount position and lost it both times because just not tight enough, and Fuentes used the space that he had.
Fuentes shoots in. Logi looking to stuff with the front head. Fuentes to his feet. More than halfway through here.
good battle here. Uh-oh. Fuentes has to be careful of the submission threat here. He's almost crucified here.
Logi at least was able to use that submission threat here to change positions.
He uses it to trap the head and arm so that he can attack the right arm of Fuentes.
And we're back to the scramble. Logi looking for the back here. He gets a hook in. And he's able to sneak that second hook in there.
Yes, he is.
2 minutes to work. A lot of time here for Fuentes to fight off.
Fuentes almost had his back to the mat there, but wasn't able to get it fully, and Logi is back to attacking. He's going for the face crank here. He's palm to palm, and he's making Fuentes' life miserable from this position.
Minute 30 left. Switches to the body triangle there.
Strong body triangle here.
He's getting close to under the neck here. And there it is. That is the submission. Winner by rear naked choke, Nick Logi. And with that, the Purple Cobras will take third place. 9-0 lead for the Purple Cobras. 2 matches left here, though.
They had to grind for it, but, you know, All-Star MMA made it very difficult for them to secure that. Purple Cobras came out on top, though. They earned that third place.
And we still have 2 more to go.
For bragging rights.
2 more. And it will be Nathan Colombini for the Purple Cobras versus John Perez of All-Star MMA.
Colombini definitely giving up some size here, at least 40 pounds.
Also has the purple belt to Perez's brown belt.
Yes.
Perez with 2 overtime armbar victories today.
Look at this scramble. Nathan fighting frantically not to give up this position here, but it looks like Perez is just about to secure it.
Colombini 1-1 on the day himself. 1 submission, 1 loss by submission.
Bit of a modified side control here. Colombini not quite flattened out here, but that could prove to Perez's advantage
As he looks for
as
the
he
back.
almost gets the back.
And he looks like he's finding such a minute in here
There he is. He's got the back position secured.
with that body triangle in. A lot of length here as well
Yes.
as the size.
That could actually prove detrimental for the body triangle. It could be so much space that Nathan is able to spin inside of it.
And he's
that
looks to be
choke
under the
is
neck
in.
already.
Oh man, that's bad.
And that is the tap.
Beautiful submission.
John Perez, winner by rear naked. Dropping the hammer about 1 minute and 25 seconds in.
Always with the hammer. We must drop.
And it's now 3-9 for All-Star MMA, so at least they find a victory here.
Yes.
And it looks like we're heading into our final matchup. We will have Dietrich Trumbauer up against Christian Colucci of All-Star MMA.
I like it.
Dietrich with the upset victory,
Yes.
potentially in the last one.
Colucci with the size advantage and definitely the wrestling advantage, but Dietrich, he seems to be an aggressive wrestler himself, so I like this matchup. Not quite out of bounds here.
And now we do go out of bounds. Back to the neutral position.
Despite Colucci's definite advantage in this field, Dietrich not giving an inch.
Hasn't been able to find a takedown yet.
Yeah,
Not many men can stop a D1 wrestler from finding their takedown for this long.
Exactly my point. Oh, jumps guard there.
Colucci looking to be active right away past that guard, but unsuccessful so far.
There. He's almost there, but Dietrich being very active with the leg pummel, which saves him from
Very
getting
active
past.
guard. Dietrich very active here from bottom, ready to engage.
He wants to pull Colucci down with him, but he's been unsuccessful so far. He doesn't want to play this open guard game right now. He's inverting, looking for a leg, looking for an arm. No success.
Colucci headhunting, unsuccessful.
Almost able to explode past the legs there.
Colucci again looks to explode past, but Dietrich in on that leg right away, and that's a quick tap, just like that for Dietrich.
I mean, he did have it. He did have it. Colucci really didn't have much in terms of defense there, so that was a smart choice.
Dietrich in right away, aggressive with that submission.
And that is Dietrich's second leg lock of the day.
That is. And that's a 12-3 final for the Purple Cobras to take third place today.
Eggplant.
And just like that, we're about to head into our finals, determine who's our winner here today. And that should be starting in just a couple of minutes. And we are just about to be underway here for our final matchup. We have a Jiu-Jitsu team versus Choke Dealers. Jiu-Jitsu team will be sending out first. Both teams undefeated on the day. Took a little bit of heroics from AJ Descani to help AJ Jiu-Jitsu team get to this position, but both teams looked pretty locked in both matches, both ready to go here for this final. I'm expecting a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. This is as high level as it gets when it comes to no-gi jiu-jitsu, so...
Matchups are going to matter here. The order that we send matters.
For
So
sure.
both teams are going to be aware of that, and you can tell there's a little bit of antsiness from both teams. Both teams want this. Just a quick word. The reason both teams might want this is thanks to our sponsors at TGI Fridays. TGI Fridays giving out victory gift card to the winning team here, a little dinner treat. So thank you to Fridays for that. TGIF, thank God it's Fridays.
It's making me hungry.
What's the go-to order out of TGI?
I usually go a little bit more cultural. I like to get different things, but at TGI Fridays, I keep it simple. Just chicken with buffalo sauce is the way to go.
Absolutely no problems with that. Love me a spin dip starter at TGI Fridays. Can never misses that spin dip. And for those in the know, a brownie Oz Blossom. Great stuff with the brownie Oz Blossom. Love from Fridays, man. There you go. Hey, are there other sponsors? Like the yogurt? Oh, him?
What happened?
Like them. I asked who the sponsors were. And we are underway here right away. A Jiu-Jitsu team sending out Mike Turpin.
And we got Andrew Cockle.
Team captain wants to send a message for the choke dealers right away.
On top and aggressively pursuing the pass, which he gets. He's in a north-south position right now. And he's on the neck already.
Turpin hasn't had to deal with this kind of pace yet today.
No, certainly not.
He does have the size advantage here at 245 to Cockle's 174, but it's clear Cockle has the speed and agility advantage here.
No doubt, no doubt.
Also with the black belt to Turpin's brown belt.
Yes.
Cockle's had quite the day here as well. I believe 2 submissions for him.
Cockle was not happy with how he had that position, so he elected to just reset and go back to side mount here. Looking to transition towards the legs, and now he's on an arm.
Snap that on very quickly.
He's trying to invert underneath to get a better bite on this arm. He doesn't like this position, so he's gonna lose it, actually. Good defense by Turpin. But Turpin's got to be careful. He's going to end up right in a triangle here if he doesn't be careful. He addresses that threat, but he loses the position. Playing a little possum here. Gave Andrew that position. It's not a position that you see every day here.
2 minutes in, 4 minutes remain.
It's almost okay. Now they're transitioning out. Turpin turtles.
Cockle looks to take
Cockle's on
advantage.
the neck.
And that was
Gets the tap.
right away with that submission. Rear naked submission victory for Andrew Cockle to open up the finals here as he drops the hammer for Team Choke Dealers up 3-0.
Very quick, very nasty.
Match 1 in the books. Andrew Cockle, team captain, sets the tone for the Choke Dealers.
Yeah. Cockle's a savage, man.
Choke Dealers send first here. And they're going to be sending out
Yes.
Kevin Stylo. Kevin Stylo for the Choke Dealers. He will be up against Zach Shimos.
I like this matchup. Stylo definitely more aggressive, more athletic, and Shamos more technical and more agile. Right away, diving on an arm, misses it, but now he's going for buggy from half guard, which I did not know was a thing, but maybe that's for a reason because he lost it, and now Stylo is in the process of passing.
Shimos with 2 submissions on the day.
Shimos trying to invert here. I'm not sure if he's going after a leg or an arm from this angle. Now he's not going for anything. He lost it. Still in the Z-guard position.
Kevin 1-1 on the day, both overtime.
Stilo trying to pass with that crowbar, but unable to. And now his leg's in trouble here. It's almost fully extended, but he's able to get the knee line past, and they reset.
That athleticism was what saved him there.
For
active
sure.
on his feet.
Big movement there by Stilo. Wasn't able to capitalize with it, but he's on a leg now. Irimiyashi Garami going for the straight ankle. Shimos puts weight on it, and he's able to escape briefly.
Leg definitely still in danger here.
He rotates out. Now it's Shimos' turn to attack, and he's mounted.
Great flow there from Shimos.
Yes. I got to give Stilo some credit there. He took the risk. He dove on that leg, but now he's in a bad spot. Kipping escape from Mr. Stilo.
Right around the neck there, but Kevin quickly gets out of the position.
Zach putting good shoulder pressure right now, wearing down Stilo. Stilo has a good frame, but he's turning away at the moment, which isn't typically what you want to do. Now he turns the correct way. He's got to watch his neck, though.
Both teams very engaged here. You can tell there's a lot of care going on.
They reset.
As we approach the halfway point of the opening round, 3 minutes to go.
Zach goes back to Z-guard, and we're attacking the legs again. No success. Back to open guard.
You just get the feel on this match that anything can happen at any time with either guy.
Oh, now Shimos is mounted.
High mount though. Shimos able to break the position.
Zach more than willing to continue to play off of his back here.
He's attacking that arm.
And he's in a good spot to finish. He's still got it.
2 minutes to go here.
Stilo hiding it well, but it's almost fully isolated.
And Stilo's able to break the position. Zach clearly liked what he saw with that last Kimura attempt.
And
Attacks it again.
He's going again. He used it to get on top.
Take a quick look at the clock. 1:30 left.
Another leg attack here from Zach. He's controlling the outside leg, breaking that figure four, and also creating an opportunity here to finish that outside leg.
45 seconds remain here in the opening period.
Great job by Kevin.
Who's now in on a leg himself. And Shimos right out. A lot of back and forth here. 30 seconds remain.
Good battle. Good battle.
15. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 5. 3, 2, 1.
And we are heading to overtime. Zach gets choice, chooses offense, and wants the back. We got a minute to work here for both men. And we are underway right to the body triangle.
Yep. And he's already got the grip that he needs.
Very quick transition from Chimos.
This is not good for Kevin.
But he's looking to pop his head out there.
He is.
There's definitely some space. And then
That's it.
It wasn't necessarily the choke there. It was more of the crank across the face.
It was a crank and it was a smother too, because both his mouth and his nose was blocked by the arm. That was nice.
Kevin will go for the arm position here, which he's finished before today.
Yes.
He's done this once today, and we're underway. He has to find the submission, though. He has to find the submission, otherwise Chimos will walk away with the 2-point victory.
Zach getting his one free leg into play here, trying to create an angle to roll out.
45 seconds.
He's almost stacking him. All right, he's successfully able to stack him now.
And he pops his arm out. Overtime victory for Chimos. And that is 2 points for A Jiu-Jitsu team, 3-2 match.
Beautiful. Very skillful escape there.
With that overtime victory, Chimos completes 3-0 on the day. 3 submissions, 1 in overtime. And we'll see him at the Grand Prix in a month. And he's on a roll here at HCS, so someone to watch out for at that Grand Prix.
Yes, well deserved.
Ellis Karadag out for A Jiu-Jitsu team. He's up against Joe Coughlin of Choke Dealers. And we are underway here.
Coughlin in on that single.
Right away to the neck. Ellis, quick submission in his first one, submitted in the second one.
Karadag really squeezing that neck, but unable to get it, and ends up on the bottom here.
Coughlin, we've only seen once today lose by armbar.
Yes.
Was giving up a good amount of weight in this one. Much closer in weight for the two here. Only about a 9-pound difference. Coughlin, the black belt in all black. Karadag underneath in the white, brown belt.
Karadag being a little bit unorthodox with his grip fighting here, but seems to have worked out in his favor as he's able to get butterflies. Gets the full guard, does Karadag. Follows Coughlin up as he postures up, and now he has a high guard. This is prime position to attack. He's working that rubber guard. Coughlin's in a bit of trouble here. Oh, he's got that guillotine.
And there is the tap. Karadag finds the guillotine.
That was a good one. That was a modified guillotine. I'm not sure the name of it. I forget. It's definitely a 10th Planet technique.
A Jiu-Jitsu team takes a 5-3 lead with that submission there, and that was nice. That was a pretty submission.
That was beautiful. You don't see that every day.
Ricardo. Up for the choke deals, we will have Ricardo Pena up against AJ Descani, who's looking to continue his impressive day. Ricardo in on a shot right away, takes AJ's bait, and nothing. AJ right back in. AJ looking for the neck right away.
He's still on it. He's got a decent grip with the right arm, but he hasn't connected his hands yet. Or maybe he has. It's hard to tell from this angle. No. He lets go, and he's looking to get top position, but his leg is stuck. got that chin strap. He's using it to control. He gets on top, but only briefly, and is immediately rolled back over. This knee shield here, AJ's using. Keep Pena off of him. They seem to have gotten themselves stuck in this half guard position. Both men grip fighting. It's interesting though, because Pena does have that left leg kind of cut over the top of the thigh of AJ there, so that could play a factor here in the rest of the sequence. If he can apply some pressure with that left leg, that left instep of his, may be able to use it to pass, but AJ does have the left butterfly, so it's a bit of an interesting position here, hence why we see these guys a little bit stuck. Now they transition, tries the knee cut, and it fails, yes. Pena sitting on the left leg there, trying to address the top leg. Gave it a little bit of a torque there as he flattens AJ out and puts the pressure on.
We have hit the halfway point here. 3 minutes remain.
This is good pressure from Pena. Pena postures back up, and AJ takes advantage of it and almost has that left underhook. Pena almost has that leg free. The knee is out, and he uses it to fully escape. He's in the side mount. AJ staying tight, not giving up his arms, and he's able to get his legs back in play. And he's on a leg.
Pena dives on that ankle right away and finds that quick submission. And we go back and forth. The choke dealer's now up 6-5, heading into the last match. That's how you want to see it.
Yeah.
6-5 choke dealers heading into the final match. It will be Luke Shimos, because that's the last guy they have left. Mm-hmm. And they are sending out Kyle Myers. So definitely a weight advantage here for choke dealers. Kyle Myers, 215. Luke at 170.
Ready? Come on.
Luke has some... the guy has some judo in his back pocket, no doubt.
Absolutely. You can just tell by the stance.
Yep.
And he's aggressive with it.
Look at that back take. That was beautiful.
And you love when an event like this, where it doesn't have to necessarily be exciting into the last match, it gets there. You love to see the things work out this way.
Body triangle. And he's just going to crush the life out of his diaphragm until he gets what he's looking for here.
A lot of time to work, not even a full minute in here.
That's okay. Kyle so far showing off some good defense. He's hand fighting. He's not really giving up anything.
And we saw this in his last one. He was in dangerous position for a long time.
Yes.
Played good, calm defense, and blink of an eye, changed position, finds that submission. So
That's right.
if you're Luke here, although it's a dominant position, you also have to be cautious of your opponent.
100%. It ain't over till it's over, and Kyle Myers is a perfect example of that, as he's shown.
You have two black belts going up against each other. A lot of high-level technique takes place.
Now, Zach doesn't quite have his arms where he needs them to really be threatening here. Excuse me, Luke.
Difficult when you put brothers on the same team.
Yeah, they can't do that to me.
From what we've seen today, I would love to see Luke go against Zach.
Kyle's almost out here.
See who can come out on top of the position here. And it is Kyle.
Well done.
Using the hips, using that weight to get on top. And we've entered a 50-50 here.
And with that weight advantage, I would just try to just put it all on Luke and try to tire him out, you know?
Definitely a lot of time to work here.
He's got to watch his weight here. He's a little top heavy here. And Luke has a great angle to attack from. He's rotating underneath.
Halfway through, 3 minutes to go, and we break the position back into the guard.
Luke just loves to sit up from that position, look for hip bumps, look for Kimuras. And he's trying to lotus sweep there, doesn't quite work. He's starting to get crushed by Kyle. That head pressure from Kyle is really paying off there.
Yep, keep that. Keep the hands connected. Elbows circle back over to that side. So look across that. Yup.
Straight arm lock attempt here. And that's
2 minutes
that's
to go.
pretty tight. Kyle has to address that properly.
You gotta bring our legs a little higher. You gotta bring our legs a little higher.
And Kyle seems to have escaped it there, but that was a good attempt from Luke.
Great composure from Kyle there, getting out of it.
Yeah, Luke. Kyle has done a great job of defending all the attempts from Luke, but he also has not really made a true attempt to pass yet either. High guard from Luke.
115, Kyle.
Nice armbar attempt from Luke, and Kyle immediately recognized it and pulled out. Here we are in an open guard scenario.
Under a minute to go, 45 seconds left.
Kyle kind of clumsily falling over there and then resetting. Luke missed a good opportunity to come up there, but not much time left.
Short time here in the opening period. 10 seconds remain, and it looks like we're going to be heading towards overtime. And in fact, we will be. We head to an overtime in our final match of the final duel for first place.
It was a good match.
It will be Luke's choice. Luke chooses offense, and he takes the back. He's got a minute to work here. And if you're a jiu-jitsu team, if you're Luke, you need to finish him here because you don't want this going to a 6-6 tie.
I'm interested by his choice here. He had his back in regulation, but was unable to get the submission. So I'm wondering why he elected to be here. I almost expected him to take the armbar, but here we are on the back. Let's see if he can make something of this attempt.
Halfway through the period, 30 seconds remain.
And that is a tight body triangle. So if anything, he's at least getting some good ride time here.
He rides him out the entirety there. Now, I'm not sure if a jiu-jitsu team is aware of how this is going to work out, but if he does escape and he wins here, this goes to a tie score, and I believe they do lose by criteria.
That's interesting.
So if I'm Luke, in all honesty, I let him ride me. I send it to another overtime, try to find my submission, because he needs to win by submission. I could be wrong on the tiebreaker, but I believe I'm right here in that they would lose by tiebreaker.
I follow. That's interesting.
Obviously, no submission. You don't want to get submitted here. But letting him ride and giving you 3 minutes to work with that ADCC.
And Luke is desperately trying to twist within this body triangle. He's almost got out of it, and he is.
And he's able to escape. So Luke will win that one. He will win that match with a 1-point victory.
Excellent job.
So that brings it to 6-6, and now we go to tiebreaker. We will go to a tiebreaker here to determine who's the winner. He didn't escape. Yeah, it's over. Luke won. We have a 6-6 final score. We will go to a tiebreaker. We'll bring the refs to the table, and we will just clarify who wins via tiebreaker.
I think you have to win by 6.
So I got to do math now. So AJT has scored. Folks, I was wrong about the criteria for the finals here. The criteria is actually going to be most points scored throughout the entire event. So if you join us, we will have the final decision brought to you by promoter Josh Baker, the Hebrew Hammer. Face the camera. And folks, a jiu-jitsu team by 3 points scored more points today and is your pro team duel victory, and that's the way you want to end it. You love to see such close competition throughout the day.
Razor thin.
A jiu-jitsu team definitely put on a show today, definitely found those submissions, and that's what helped them later on. It was scoring points throughout the day.
Action throughout the entire night. Really had a lot of fun doing this, and these guys put on a great show.
So recap real quick. A jiu-jitsu team takes first, choke dealers take second. We had
Purple
Cobras take third and All Star MMA take fourth. A lot of great action day, a lot of great submissions, great overtime periods. Some of the most exciting HCS we've seen so far.
No losers. They put it all on the line, and they put in a great showing, every single competitor today.
Definitely an upgrade in the commentary booth over Josh Baker, bringing in Tim here. So
I
greatly
that.
appreciate that. Josh, he always a little distracted when he's in the booth trying to run the event and also make it here. So glad to have.
Understandable, though.
And I've also heard me and Josh, being brothers, have similar voices. So I've heard it's hard to differentiate between us when we're talking to each other.
Well, now there's no difficulty in that now.
So we truly hope that this was a better experience for you all. Thank you all for joining and watching. Again, I'm Zach Baker alongside my color commentator, Tim Gallagher. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon at HCS 8.
Take care, guys.